Oche Ogunda, Oche Omolu. Ifa says, one is not given a bow and arrow before going to battle. A knife by itself cannot become dull. Don't pick up that which you've thrown away. Sometimes, we have to lose to win. Oche Ogunda is an Odu who says that many people hide their transgression and wickedness under the image of religious sanctity. Ifa says there are good and bad priests, true religious folk, and false religious folk. How can one tell? Very easy. A genuine religious person will not look to harm anyone, a good religious person will not turn a person in need away due to economic situations, and a good religious person will not coerce or indoctrinate anyone for profit. In this tradition, a genuine religious person will serve humanity with empathy, consideration, and heart in the name of Olodumare, Ifa, Orisha, and ancestors. They will set high moral standards for themselves, be ethical, follow protocol, respect and obey all divinities, respect their family, religious family, and clients alike. They will not show prejudice or discriminate as to who they are to serve in the eyes of God. Oche Omolu is an Odu who asks people to reflect on whether they hide their indiscretions under a false image, and if true, they need to correct themselves. Oche Omolu is an Odu who teaches that a good mate is measured by how much they uplift their partner or lend unconditional support in good and bad times. It's not a competition, but an honest desire for their mate's happiness, knowing they've contributed to it. This Odu asks people to give merit to those who have stuck by one side and never abandoned them. Merit, credit, appreciation, and consideration must always be given to everyone, so that they can be reciprocated. This is a good Odu for doing Igbos for not being alone, staying alone, and finding a good mate. In Oche Omolu Ifa says, one is not given a bow and arrow before going to battle. This metaphor reflects the idea of not giving into anxiety or becoming overzealous. The time to move forward will come, for now, the person needs to plan and put things in place for when the time comes they can move in the right direction. Ifa also says, a knife by itself cannot become dull. Only through constant and consistent use can a knife become dull. We can say that Oche Omolu is an Odu who recognizes the grind or overkill. These terms relate to constantly doing the same thing repeatedly, with the potential of something withering away. This also implies noticing when something or someone is exhausted, overused, and going through abuse. A knife, after being overused until dull, needs to be put to rest for a while, then sharpened, and during this process will most likely become reshaped. So too is the advice from Ifa that someone needs to rest, regenerate, and be revitalized, or eventually they will be consumed. Then there is, don't pick up that which you've thrown away. Those living the karma and destiny of this Odu should adhere to this advice, because if it was intended for the person to pick up what they have discarded, another Odu would have made its presence to do so. Don't do so because Orunmila and other divinities are seeing something that will not go well for the person if they do.